Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakak and double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same and teaching the same. All right, shalom. And I was supposed to have camp today, downtown for 3 o'clock. But they have a Mardi Gras parade going on, all right, and heavy traffic, all right. I pretty much wasted like 20 to 30 minutes, getting in and out of downtown, all right. So, I just decided to do this sit down. So Lord willing, it's edifying. All right. So there's just a sit down going over proving, just going over some precepts. All right. In part 2, I'll probably just go over some definitions and the history. All right. Behind, because the concept of, Christianity, hell, all right, that comes from the Greco-Roman, all right, pagan gods, all right, and belief system, okay. So that's a man-made doctrine, all right. That's not in the scriptures. That's not in the Bible. Okay? Because hell in the scriptures is just talking about the grave, all right, or a condition, a state of being, or a condition that you're in, all right? It's like it. All right? Okay, because one of the definitions or information we're going to research when I do part 2 is, the valley of Gehenna. All right, so that was an actual place in Israel. All right, where the Israelites sacrificed their children to Molech. All right, and also burnt trash and dead animals over there. All right. So only the elect will get a deeper understanding of the scriptures of the Bible. All right. Lord willing, them of the elect number. All right. 2/3, they never gonna get it. It's never gonna make sense. All right. It's never gonna make sense to them. They're gonna stay lost. All right. That's why, beginning with the elder apostles, great millstone, they always say this truth is only for the elect. That said the Bible. All right. So that's why the true men of the Lord, they're not in that mindset of trying to save everybody and, not losing sleep and stressing over, all of Israel not waking up. Why nobody waking up? While all Israel is not understanding or, getting it. We're not stressing, That's why the true men of the Lord don't be having debates. All right? Plus the Lord told us to avoid debates. All right? Like case in point, give you an example. All right? If you're a scientist, and you made a new discovery, all right, and you did your hard research and homework on the thing you discovered, and your information is, and your research is solid, you're not going to debate with someone that's obviously they didn't put the work in that you put in. All right, and they're just speaking from emotions. All right, you know, you're not going to debate because it's going to be a waste of time. You really just going to ignore him. Like, man, this guy don't know what he's talking about. You know, he's not the one that then did all this research. You know, and that's how 2/3 and scoffers are. You know, one of the elder brothers, Elder Manak Zagba, he did a sit down on, I believe it was a pastor or just a regular Christian. But the guy said, you know, he researched what the Hebrew Israelites said, and he found out, he didn't like it, but he found out that a lot that the Hebrew Israelites said is hardcore facts in history. It's true. All right, recorded facts. You know, but he just don't agree. All right, he just don't agree with the overall doctrine. You know, which I can respect that answer versus a scoffer just plainly just being disrespectful. You know, and being argumentative out of just plain hatred for the doctrine and, you know, the gospel and what we teach. You know, at least he had enough integrity to be like, hey, I did the research, you know, these niggas are telling the truth, but I just disagree. You know? So, yeah, you know, the Hebrew Israelites were telling the truth. You know? But only the elect is going to be able to notice and see. All right? Getting that eye salve from Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shah. All right? So this just debunking, proving that hell doesn't exist. All right? Just proving that hell doesn't exist. Okay? Because we got to constantly go over these breakdowns because false prophets and scoffers, they steady pushing lies, all right? They steady pushing lies. You know, I just seen a bugged out Jake, all right? I don't think, he's some type of Hebrew Israelite, but the nigga had his head covered, all right? He had his head covered, you know, looking like a genie, and he was teaching about hell and all this type of shit. I seen him on YouTube. You know, and I was like, I ain't gonna give him no time, all right? Because at first I kind of wanted to do a sit down on him just to prove that he's lying and hell doesn't exist, all right? Their concept of hell, you know, doesn't exist. All hell is the grave and a condition, all right? All right? A state of being or a living condition, you know, being in poverty, being in prison, that's a state of hell. All right, being oppressed, being in captivity, slavery, that's a state of hell. All right? So people don't actually go into the definition of these words. All right? So let's get into it. Matthew 17:11, and Yahweh shall answer and said unto them, Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things. But I say unto you that Elijah is come already, and they knew him not, but have done unto him whatsoever they listed. Likewise shall also the Son of Man suffer of them. Right. You know, so it says, then the disciples understood that he spake unto them of John the Baptist. Right. So this proves reincarnation. All right. Elijah, you know, he was reincarnated. All right. Regenerated as John the Baptist. Okay. You know, and Elijah came back in these last days, all right, as Abba Bivens to kick off, you know, this truth. All right. or what the world know as the Hebrew Israelite movement. That's what they know it as. All right. And they know we telling the truth. All right. They know we telling the truth. Okay. You got other races. All right. You got people that's not even Israelites, not even so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. You know, they're just coming out and saying like, you know, yeah, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, they're the 12 tribes. They're the lost 12 tribes. All right. And that's how you know people's spiritual understanding is at an all-time low, because it's not a coincidence. You got men, women, and children all around the world, you know, saying the same thing. All right. You got Edomites. You got a plethora of Edomites even coming out and owning up to it, you know, and saying, yeah, they're the Israelites. All right. Okay, so it's overwhelming evidence that proves we're the Israelites. That's why the world is falling apart. Okay? That's why the world is falling apart. Okay? Even when you read about the reasoning behind World War III, the Lord is doing it for his people, beginning with the elect chosen few. All right? All right? It's Ecclesiastes 12:7. It says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return unto God who gave it." All right? Because it don't matter whether you was good or bad, you know, wicked or evil or righteous. Guess what? When you die, all those souls or you know, spirit, your spirit, it goes to heaven. All right? To the third heaven. All right? The first heaven being, you know, the blue sky. All right? What you see. Okay, that's the first heaven. You know, in Hebrew, Shemayim. Okay? You know, the second heaven being what the world know as outer space. You know, where you got, you know, the different galaxies, all right, in the universe, okay? The third heaven being the spiritual realm, okay, being the spiritual realm, all right? You know, so the third heaven is where Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah dwell, okay? And that's where everybody's soul go when you die, all right? And you got guys in the spiritual community that be talking about, oh, it's 12 heavens, it's 7 heavens, it's 20 heavens. It's like Jake be making shit up. You gotta understand these niggas, they be walking around barefooted, hugging trees and eating shrooms, all right, and having dreadlocks. You know, these nature lovers, all right, they're making shit up, okay? They're making shit up. You know, they fasting is vain. Okay, yeah, fasting is healthy for you, but they fasting is vain. You know, the Lord is not dealing with them niggas. All right? Now, when it comes to just news, factual news, and what's going on around the world, they do be correct about that. But when they try to get spiritual and biblical, they be wrong like a motherfucker. All right? So, according to the scriptures, it's, you know, 3 heavens. All right? All right, and just broke it down to you. Okay, wait, hold on. All right. It's Ecclesiastes 3 and 14. I know that whatsoever Yahweh doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. Yahweh doeth it, that men should fear before him. That which have been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh requireth that which is past. All right? Okay? So hint, reincarnation, regeneration. All right? So it says, and moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness that iniquity was there. Right? You know, because good and evil, it happens on the earth. Judgment, you live out your judgment on the earth. Okay? After you die, you go to heaven. All right? The Lord gives you your judgment that you got to live out on the earth. All right? You know, you may be born with no arms or born blind. You know, whatever judgment the Lord want to give you, you know, for your sins or your past life, you know, that's what the fuck it is. All right? So let's say you die, you go to heaven, and the Lord is judging you for your sins, all right? Your next life, you're going to be born handicapped, all right? And with 3 eyes, all right? That's your judgment. So when you born, that's how the fuck you gonna come out, and you know, you ain't, it's over with. You ain't getting no pussy. You gonna forever be a virgin, all right? You gonna forever be in a wheelchair, all right? Your life is gonna be misery and depression, you know? So those are the type of judgments that the Lord hands out, all right? You know? So that's how you live out your judgment, okay? There's no such thing as hell in the middle of the earth, okay? Christianity has lied to you, all right? And for once in your life, challenge Christians. From Christian to Christian, y'all supposed to challenge each other. You supposed to challenge, you supposed to ask questions. Christians never question their pastor, nor they don't question each other, all right? Christians don't even get along with each other. It's different denominations of Christianity. One pointing the finger saying they lying, the other pointing. So it's a bunch of bullshit. Because you got some pastors that believe that it shouldn't have no gay people in the choir or the church, period. But yet you got certain pastors that's cool with it and like, oh, nah, that's cool. You got certain pastors that's not against it. You got gay pastors, all right, and people that's gay in the choir. All right, so that's a bunch of confusion, and the Lord not dealing with Christianity at all. Okay? That's why when World War III go nuclear, all these Christians that's calling on Jesus Christ, you know, they're not going to be saved. All right? What they wrongfully and ignorantly call the rapture, it's not going to be no such thing as a rapture. All right? The elect chosen, all right, servants of the Lord, they're going to be delivered and saved by the chariots. All right? The so-called UFOs. Swing low, sweet chariot. All right? Those are the vehicles of the Lord and the angels. All right? So that truth, all right, you know, that hidden manna, the Lord is only giving that to his elect chosen few. All right? The Lord willing them of the elect number. All right? That's how the fuck we know what's going on. All right? Because the Lord has his true men of the Lord teaching us. You know, beginning with the elder apostles, Great Millstone. All right? That's why we can speak about stuff that you can't see. You know, or speak about the future and it come to pass. You know, because these are the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. So this is awesome information to know all this. All right. So this Ecclesiastes 3:20. All go into one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit of a man that goeth upward, and the spirit of a beast that goeth downward to the earth? All right, so Ecclesiastes 3:21 and 20 to 21. Okay. Okay. So animals do not go to heaven. All right. When animals die, okay, they spirit. All right, they spirit rest in the ground. All right, they rest into the ground until their species repopulate. All right, have sex. You know, so they come back in reincarnation, regeneration. All right. So all souls are just being recycled through the earth. That's it. Reincarnation, regeneration. Okay. Now the souls of human beings, mankind, all, no matter if you was evil or good, your soul goes up to heaven. All right. Then after 3 to 4 generations, you come back to the earth. All right. And now you're reborn as a baby, and you live out your judgment, whether the Lord, bless you and you're going to have a successful, peaceful, happy life, all right, with a big family, or your life going to be hell. Okay. So that's how the Lord coming. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end it on this one. So this second Corinthians 5:8, we are confident, I say, and willing rather to be absent from the body and to be present with the Lord. Okay? So when you absent from the body, that's when you die. All right? Okay? Your spirit goes back up to the Lord. All right? So Lord willing, I was edifying 2 Corinthians 5:8. All right. Lord willing, I was edifying. I want to end it and give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same and teaching the same. All right. Shalom.